We can help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Bauer Infrastructure is a new name from a well-established brand, and they're paving the way to progress. And they're hiring. Bauer Infrastructure is hiring truck drivers, carpenters, truck mechanics, and equipment operators. And they have industry-leading benefits to maintain a work-life balance. Bauer offers paid time off and paid holidays, a matching 401k plan, medical, dental, vision, life, and disability insurance, a clothing allowance, and more. Start your new career today by applying at BauerInfrastructure.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Boom! How about you on a Monday? Yeah, special edition. We're going to do, these will pop up some of the times when student-athlete schedule changes and things go on, ball games, post-game show, that sort of thing. And every now and then you get to sit back and go one-on-one with a Husker student-athlete or a coach or a parent or just fans. We want to do that. So we are live, 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. Appreciate you guys. You've been active all day. You are appreciated. I cannot tell you how appreciative I am with this. The video stream is up, so you can join in. I like it when we get to add, more attractive people to the fold. So you don't have to just look at me and Harrison for the next however long we're going to be here doing this thing. So jump on YouTube, jump on Twitter Live, jump on Facebook, jump on the StreamYard as well. Do your thing as we do that. Again, she is a national champion. As a matter of fact, as she just stated previously, and if you didn't hear it, she was the MVP of the entire thing, right? So all the way from Florida, she's here. We'll forgive her for being a Cubs fan. We understand. And I know there's a ton of Cubs fans out there. I know a ton of Bears fans out there. Like, I get it. Okay. But let's bring in Krista Elliott from Husker Bowling. Again, thank you for doing this today.
Well, thanks again for having me.
Well, there's more to do. There's more to do. And when we talk about whatever sport is in season, there's a lot of work that happens long before that.
Yeah.
Right. So for football, they went through their training camp. Do you guys have a similar deal where you have a training camp that leads up right to active bowling and games and matches?
We don't have training camp, but we do work out 3 times a week. So we have our mandatory workouts at 6 a.m. But there is the opportunity where you can go in voluntarily and say, okay, like, I'm going to do this. And so I know a lot of us go in more than 3 times a week. And even on weekends, like, we go on like 2-mile, 3-mile walks just to get out of the house and stay active. So that's our quote unquote camp. But yeah.
Talk to me about the strength and conditioning. Husker Power is a thing. It's a part of Husker Bowling. It's a part of what you're in match call and response. When things go well and you knock down one, Husker Power is the call. For workouts, what are you guys doing for strength and conditioning? What do you do?
A lot of weights. So a lot of weights, but we focus more towards our legs because bowling is not an arm or upper body sport. It's a leg sport. So we focus a lot on our legs and keeping our strength there and making sure that our knees are good, because with us sliding into the foul line all the time, it can take a toll on your knees. So we have to always make sure that our knees are up to strength and making sure that none of us get hurt in the meantime. But I mean, if we do get hurt, then there's alternative workouts that we do. But I mean, we try and do 50-50 so then everything's equal so we don't look unproportional throughout the year.
well, so you guys do pay attention to that.
Yes.
I got to see one of the big meets last year, the Invitational here, and there is a physical difference between Nebraska bowling and the rest of the country.
Oh yeah, because it's a serious thing here to make sure you go to workouts. And mind you, like other programs across the nation, like you have to go to workouts, but I don't think it's the same type of workouts like we do. Like we take it serious and hardcore. We're like, all right, like we're here to better ourselves and to become better athletes overall.
It's interesting here because when you talk football, you talk about the glory days of national championships run a month.
The 90s.
Right? But here you guys are the standard now. Like you're the national standard.
Oh, we try to be. Well, I mean, if no one else is going to do it, we're going to do it. So
the competition between bowlers, right? Because placement during matches is important.
yes.
Right? How much pride do you take in your spot in the lineup?
Oh, I take a lot of pride in it. Like, I know it's really hard to kind of do the job sometimes, but because when I first got thrown into it, I just got thrown in like at a tournament. They were like, all right, do it. And I'm like, what? And so, like, I had to really learn and learn to how to take accountability for myself, take accountability for the shots that I make, and making sure that I can be the best anchor for Nebraska bowling for the time being. And it was not an easy job for me, but I always felt that once I started to learn this position a little bit better, then I would become better at it. And so now I feel like I've really gotten my footing down, especially because of the national championship. It kind of felt good getting to transfer here and almost kind of just starting from brand new, and then you're anchoring a team to a national championship. So I really was like, wow, like I take pride in this position so much because I didn't realize how much like your 5-hole could be importance to the game. And not until I'm in that position, they're like, this is your job. Like, you got to do it. And I'm like, wow, like it takes a lot out of you though.
Well, I mean, but it seems like you're built for it. As you said, you were born to it.
Yeah.
Like you kind of know that's
Feels
a thing,
natural.
right? Like that this is a thing, right? And Coach Klempa is unique.
Oh, yeah.
even in bowling, he's unique. Talk to me. What makes him so easy to be under his leadership?
He just is really understanding. And so he wants you to be comfortable with what you're doing. And so, I mean, you just really talk it through with him and say, hey, coach, like, this isn't really feeling right now. Can we like try something new? Like, I just brought in all my bowling balls to get plugged and re-drilled for him. So, I mean, he doesn't have to do it, but he's willing to do it to allow me to be more comfortable in my shoes and try to excel.
Mm-hmm. And real quick from the text line, we got Wet Blanket chiming in. He says, the confidence that this young lady exudes is amazing. No disrespect to the work that she has put in, but she does sound to be born a champion.
Well, but work is required.
Oh, absolutely.
Like and nobody on this roster is giving you the cleanup spot.
Oh, correct. Like that's for sure. And like, I mean, all summer, I think I took 1 week off for vacation, but otherwise I only took 2 days off of bowling all summer. Otherwise, I was on the lanes every day and I was working out all the time. So but that was my commitment to being better and being better for this team and being better for myself.
All of that in play, right? That when things go well, Husker Nation rises. When things don't go well, sometimes it's tough. So when you're on social media and you see conversations or comments about other Husker athletes, how's it land with you?
So actually, back to the national championship, it was a little weird because I had just won all these awards. Like I was a leader in several statistical categories, and I believe I set a record for an NCAA statistic. And we just won a national championship, MVP, made all tournament team. Like I made 5 all tournament teams last season, and it just never seemed like anyone was paying attention. And like I know my other teammates had like gotten other interviews and they had gotten newscasts, everything. And I almost sat to the side and I was like, did I do something wrong? Like, was I not good enough
No,
for the Husker Nation?
But here's the thing. And a part of what I swore I was going to do here was highlight the stars in these programs. The programs that don't always get the hype, they don't always get the attention, you don't always get the support, you don't get the NIL deals like football. I'm like, wait a minute, do people miss the boat? You're giving money and deals to players who haven't done anything for the program, and here's a young lady who is at the apex of what she does, and it's crickets. And I said, I'm not gonna just focus on football. I get it. It pays the bills, but there's zero reason why your teammates aren't being celebrated. And that's part of why I'm like, okay, Crystal, get in here. Like, get in here, because it has to be done, right? It has to be done. Through this, the balance of all this stuff, right? That you each season, shoes, bowling balls, braces, like all sorts of things that really are required to do what you do.
Yeah.
Is there a place in this town that does that for you, or is that all just through the university and the athletic department?
Thank you, University of Nebraska.
Right? So they do that for you. So
Yes.
there is a way for listeners and fans to support you. Right? There's a way to get that done.
Yeah.
There are things that you need.
Yeah.
Right? And let me guess. From that fantastic national championship team, how many bowlers are on the current roster this year?
From the national championship?
Yep.
All but 2. We just graduated the 2 last year, but like last year we had everyone from the national championship team.
I'm just pointing this out. That you can get focused on the nonsense, or you can celebrate the good stuff that's out here. Because, I mean, these young ladies, look, they do their thing. And if you haven't been to a bowling match, I'm sorry. Like, you need to put it on your list of things to do. I was super impressed with the crowd knowledge, the fans, the families that would lock in and support that. But this is work.
Oh, yeah.
This is hard work. How much, on a given day, how many balls do you throw?
With the tournament, I normally bring about 9. I know other teammates can bring a range from like 8 to 6. I normally bring the most out of everyone just because sometimes it's a little harder for me. But in my locker currently,
why is it harder for you?
Just because I have a different style of game compared to everyone else.
Tell me about it.
Well, I would technically be considered a quote-unquote power player in the sport of bowling, which you don't really see a lot of that in the female realm of things. So with me, I mean, I get around the ball more, which means I can make the ball hook the lane a little bit more than others, but I tend to play straighter up. I can throw it a little bit harder. So my game of play is going to be a little bit different of an attack compared to like my teammates, which they can play the lane a little bit straighter or they can hook the lane. However, their ball speed's a lot slower than mine and they don't hook the ball as much as I would.
How much analytics do you get into? Do they evaluate? Do they break down your stroke? Like, do they break it down and you can see it on a computer and go, okay, here's some things here. Is the same thing with baseball where, exit velocity, know how hard you throw it. How hard do you throw it?
When I first got here, I threw it about 18 miles an hour. Since being here, I now throw it about 14, 15 miles an hour just because I wanted to take advantage of my ball reaction that I could have on the lanes. Plus, my ball roll going through the pins, I would strike more with the way that I'm throwing it currently.
See, and you, because of your social media and because of your teammates, I know that you like to kind of experiment. Like,
for sure. My Hey Y'all segment is great.
No, you need to share that. I mean, that's a thing, right? That to go through it, because anybody that bowls wants, they want tips, but they don't have your skill. They don't have your talent, but it can still help them do what they do. So they have a basic understanding of it. For you, touch versus power, where would you put the balance? 50-50, 60-40?
I'm definitely a feel player, so I would say touch for me is probably about 60 and then power would be about 40.
All of that's good because there are times when even in the invitational, I could see you muscle up.
Yes.
And it was rare and different. We call it comfortable movement. You watch somebody do a thing enough times, you can tell when they've changed a thing in it, even if it's a small thing.
Yes.
And you, at a moment where when you got in rhythm, you teed it up a little bit and said, hey, I'm feeling it. Let's go.
Yeah, I would do that. I do that a lot, actually, but I don't know. I kind of like it, though. Like, I mean, not when I overpower the ball, because obviously I want the ball to do the work itself. But for the most part, when I get in a rhythm of things, like I feel like everyone can feel that and that energy, and it just rubs off on everyone.
Plus, again, it's the phrase that we use for other sports, but the athletic arrogance that's required for bowlers.
Oh, it's so hard.
Oh, yeah.
It is so hard.
To watch Crystal finish when she's on a roll, it is almost statuesque. Like you just process and then you finish, you pause. You don't even, it's not even complete. You pause and then you break down and celebrate.
Correct.
Like,
just because you have to process what had just happened. Like, I know, thankfully, Big Ten actually came in and broadcasted our bowling tournament for the first time ever. So bowling was on Big Ten, which was a huge breakthrough in the bowling world. So we will gladly take that again. Thank you, Big Ten.
Well, no, thank you guys for being good enough
Yeah.
that being the standard that the conference will step out of its own way and highlight its student athletes.
Yeah, but if you go back to that Big Ten recording or that show, you will actually see where I need to strike out. And I like take a second, and I look at the pins and I look down and I'm like, okay, I got this kind of thing. And like, I try to not think of myself as a cocky person, just because you stay humble, you be grateful for the people that got you where you are. And I try to be very modest with my position, because I know that I could really get ahead of myself and say, I am in this position, I'm so much better. But like, I choose not to do that.
You have to.
Yeah, but like in that time, I'm like, I kind of like zone into myself, because I'm like, I know this isn't a me sport, this is a we sport, and I try and do it for my teammates. But in that time, I'm like, this is my time for me. Like, I'm here to shine for my moment real quick. But then I give it back to everyone else.
But that's what student athlete is.
Oh, correct.
Like, that's absolutely what it is, that you have to do for you so that you can do for others.
Well,
like, and that's the thing. And again, MVP of a national championship tournament. Look, it's a big deal. Walk us through. You talked about it. You knew you had to strike out, right? You knew you had to strike out. What's the conversation in your head?
I was actually very nervous, because not many times throughout the season of 2021 did I actually have to strike out for us to win or anything. So I really didn't get that experience until I got to the national championship. So the first time around, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is down to me. Like, if I don't do this, are my teammates going to be mad at me? Am I going to be mad at myself? Are my coaches going to be mad at me? I think my mom would be like, Crystal, why didn't you strike? But like,
yeah, because it's simple. It's simple.
The very first time, that was my emotions. I was like, I was really going through it, and I almost started getting myself into a panic. But then Coach Shannon had come over, and she's like, look, you're the anchor for a reason. Like, you're not put in this position just to dilly-dally. Like, you can get the job done in this opportunity, and we believe in you. Like, your teammates believe in you. So hearing that, and then I was like, okay, like, I can do this. Like, I bowled youth tournaments before to where I needed to strike. This is just a tournament. Just think of it like that. Don't think of anything else on the line. So then you get the first one, you're like, okay, got the first one. Now I just need 2 more. Normally the second one is the hard one, because you start to over muscle it, you throw it too fast or you throw it too slow. So then I kind of go through the process again. I'm like, okay, like you just got one. You only need 1 more. And so then that's really my like thinking of saying, okay, like let's do it. And so then get the second one. All right, now the third one should be easy. Like you just got 2 in a row. Like can't be that hard. But then I still have to take that time and say, well, just 1 more good shot. That's all you need. But this is not your fault, because the opportunity has been there this whole time to where your teammates can help you. And I mean, there's times where I obviously let my team down, but my teammates are always like, "You got this. Like you're here for a reason." So,
You guys haven't lost enough for you to let them down.
oh no.
That's how I know all of that. Shannon Pulaski, look, to have pros around the program, from the program,
Yeah.
it's got to be super helpful. What does she benefit?
Her mindset. I definitely was someone who would sit there and I'm the person that's like, "Why? Why do you do this? Can I know this? Well, why do you do that?" And so like just picking her mind from she's literally the world's best female lefty bowler. Like why wouldn't I want to pick a mindset of that where where you won a world championship at the age of 18. You're a 3-time player of the year, 4-time All-American, and you're a tour titleist. You tour titles, tour majors. Like, I want to pick your mind because I want to be in that position one day.
We'll take a break there, but we'll come back. We'll pick up right there. If that's in the future, is that part of the plan? Is that the GPS? Is that the mission? All of that. We'll ask more of Crystal Elliott from Husker Bowling when we come back to 101.
Hey, this is Ernest Hausman. As a linebacker from Nebraska, I know how important it is to have a strong defense and a great playbook. If you are looking for a solid team to have your back, check out my friends at Burke Brown Law. Burke and Jackson will work with you to create an individualized strategy to bolster your defense.
Hi, this is Burke. Give us a call at 402-606-1441. With locations in Lincoln and Columbus, we're ready to tackle your needs. Find us online at burkebrownlaw.com.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto out here at West O Street in Lincoln. Here's what customers have told us they want from us. They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report. We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. You saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto in West O. Check us out at pricerightauto.com.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln. It has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Hey, batter, wings, splatter, splatter, splatter. Catch all this season's baseball action at one of your neighborhood Lincoln locations. Get League of Their Own wings, burgers, nachos, and ringers while catching all the action. Stop into Wings and Rings located on O Street in Meridian Park and 40th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village. Or place your order online at wingsandrings.com. That's wingsandrings.com, Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Bauer Infrastructure is a new name from a well-established brand, and they're paving the way to progress. And they're hiring. Bauer Infrastructure is hiring truck drivers, carpenters, truck mechanics, and equipment operators. And they have industry-leading benefits to maintain a work-life balance. Bauer offers paid time off and paid holidays, a matching 401k plan, medical, dental, vision, life, and disability insurance, a clothing allowance, and more. Start your new career today by applying at BauerInfrastructure.com. There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes, that's why our customers keep coming back.
How do you do it, friendly car dealer ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer 2 of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A few scattered thunderstorms this morning, then becoming partly sunny this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 86. North-northeast winds at around 15. Mainly clear tonight with a low dropping to 58. Mostly sunny tomorrow and running still a little warm for this time of year with a high of 87. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money, but like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. One-on-one special edition with Crystal Elliott of Husker Bowling, national champion, MVP, cleanup hitter.
I sound tired of saying that.
No. Hey, look, that's what happens when you have a resume. You were telling us during the break, and this is mind-blowing. So if you're listening to this, get your pad and pen out so you can take note on some of this, the stuff that's about to come up. So you were explaining that through NIL, what are the restrictions for NIL for bowlers?
We can only really accept so much money, and it makes it really hard for us because we can't do certain contracts. Like I'm currently trying to see if I can get a ball contract, jersey contract, and maybe a shoe contract or something. But it's really, really hard, especially with NIL, because I can't accept any payment. I have to wear, I already have to wear a certain brand. Like we have to wear Adidas for school, but because it's a totally different company outside of Adidas, you have to get permission to be able to wear that for outside competitions. You have to.
But you could wear it around in your own personal life.
Oh, yeah, correct.
Right?
Yeah,
you can bowl in this stuff when you're not practicing for the Huskers. You're just out at Hollywood doing your thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? So there are ways. We just have to find out the boundaries.
Yeah, find the loophole.
What? Well, no, I don't use loophole. I use boundaries. Like I need to know the rules so we know, because here's the thing. Out in this listening space, there are business owners and fans of the Husker Bowling program. So the curiosity should be, how can they honor you and pay tribute to you without getting you in trouble into doing that? So a couple of things. You said that you couldn't donate your used balls. You have to give them away to somebody else, but you couldn't donate them to a young fan or something.
Well, you really have to throw them out.
You have to throw it out.
If you throw them out and someone picks them up.
So you can drop them off at the station and say, you can pick them up if you want. Or you can't even say that.
I can't even say that.
You just have to, but we could.
Oh, yeah, you could, but.
We could.
Drop them off here. Hey, throw these in the trash for me.
Yeah, hey, I'm throwing these out. Just want to let you know that they're in the garbage.
Okay, so what we would do, but okay, so what's the rule against you signing it before you throw them out?
I don't think there's any rule to me signing a
So
bowling
you
ball.
literally could sign them.
I'm practicing my autograph. What
Right?
do you mean?
Yeah, you're just working on it, and then you're just leaving it here at the station. Like DP,
By your trash
throw 'em
can.
out. Yep, throw them out. Put them in a box. At 5:59, at 5:59 and 30 seconds, I happened to walk out there and see the box. And,
Oh, whoops! Here's a bowling
right.
ball.
Well, we didn't. And Coach Klempa called me because Trev called me. I just want to make sure we're on the same page, because that would be a fantastic way.
I would love to be able to give back to the community, and especially around here in Nebraska, Sun Valley, Hollywood. Their youth leagues are phenomenal here. And so, if I would be able to give back some way or another to youth bowlers or even adult bowlers,
Could you do a camp? Could you do a camp? So let's say it's a youth camp on a Saturday or Sunday,
Mhm.
right? It's Sunday afternoon. You rent out a place, or somebody rents it out, right? Or they donate the time to you, right? They
Mhm.
could do that, right?
Yeah, they can
They could
donate
donate that, and you won't necessarily wear Adidas unless you want to.
Mhm.
Maybe you could wear a different jersey that somebody provided. Maybe you could wear new bowling shoes that somebody just donated for you, right? Is that possible?
I don't think that I can technically be donated anything. I believe that I would have to get it on my own.
So could a donor donate to the athletic program purposefully citing the bowling team?
That I do not know the answer to.
Because I think the answer is yes. I'm just trying to in that I think a camp of you with the young bowlers of Lincoln would be exceptional. Like you and your teammates, and you're just hanging out for a day,
Yeah.
adding smiles and doing your thing. You're meeting future bowlers. Again, the next Crystal could be out there.
Oh yeah, that'd be really awesome. And like
Right?
the talent that there is coming up, it's really actually like pretty cool to watch, and it's really inspiring because you're like, these kids are looking up to me right now, and they see the position that I'm in, and they see the bowling political position that I'm in. They're like, wow, like that could be me one day, because I know that I was just some schmobo bowler back home in Florida, and now I'm at a Big Ten school, which Nebraska is the only Big Ten school that has a bowling team. So, like, that's pretty impressive. Like,
Do you get to visit? Do you get to go out and attend these weekend tournaments that happen?
no, but I definitely go in there to look at future stars that we have arising and even meeting new people, because I know that I've had a few people bowl the league at Sun Valley, and I find it really interesting when I can just sit there and just chit chat, and I'm like, I'm watching these adults and I'm watching these youth bowlers, and I'm like, wow, like bowling is huge here. And especially with Sun Valley, I know John Lacido is a great proprietor for the sport of bowling, and he used to bowl at the University of Nebraska. Like, I met him at the US Open last year, and he was doing the scoring for the PWBA, and I was like, wow, like you own bowling alley here? And he's like, yeah, I do. And I was like, whoa.
I just think there has to be a way that you guys get the attention, the financial support, the emotional support, and the notoriety. Because quite frankly, I mean, you guys do. I think you're at the top end of the athletic department when it comes to GPA, right? I think that's fair. Like to understand that.
Nick, you were an all-star athlete here. It says fall 2020, 2021, spring 2022. So you got the academics on top of that as well. And then real quick, I want to get this on text line as well. Big Bird says, could one sell her some gear for a highly discounted price?
I believe so, yes.
well, but that's the thing, right? I mean, one, if you find somebody that sells what you need, and then you find someone else who's willing to take care of that cost for you,
Yeah.
then that seems beneficial to the program. Now, if it has to go through the athletic program, then let's find out what that is.
Yeah.
But I think there's a way for this group of student athletes that they deserve the same level of support. I mean, that's what Title IX is all about. Like, let's be balanced and fair and be in equity. And, oh, by the way, you're going to compete for the national title. Like, I don't understand why people get in the way of this thing.
I definitely think like our social media presence. So if you look at like my followers, I think I only have 1,800 followers, and I just started my athletic account last year. And so, I mean, it really hasn't grown, but then
we're going to change that.
If you look at a volleyball player, they're going to have 20,000 people following them, and they're a freshman. And it's like, okay, so where's the difference?
You've won the national title more recently than volleyball.
Yeah, but it was impressive seeing them play last year.
We love them. But here's the thing. We should shout both of you out. We should celebrate both of you. And that's part of why. And again, not for nothing, not for the, I'll be nice about it. But yeah, we employ more young ladies here than the rest of the state combined when it comes to doing this sort of thing. And so that's kind of and we're not done. like the beauty of this is, and you, Crystal, and I have talked about this, that my task and mission for her is to start covering other athletes, start covering other programs. And so you actually made notes about the football game.
Oh, I did.
Okay, so let's break out that phone. Let's break out the phone, and I want you to just go through, share whatever you want to share about Saturday's game against Northwestern.
Oh, this will be great.
Right?
That's cool that you kept notes on that.
Right?
Oh yeah, I even have like times. Like this one's like at 12:07 in the third quarter, the third and the eighth. I thought Casey Thompson made a phenomenal play, turning a potential loss of yardage or loss of down that led to a 58-yard completion to Isaiah Garcia. Is it
Castaneda.
Castaneda.
Yeah, like look, and that was the play that made ESPN. So
And
like you're
that
dead
was
on.
so cool to watch because I was actually my teammates and I, we were at our one teammate's house, Kayla, and she hosted, and so we were watching the game and we saw this and we're like, oh my gosh, like I'm not trying to be mean to Adrian, but I think Adrian would have been tackled there. So I was really impressed. I was like, wow, like okay, so he's really showing us like glimpses of light to say he's taking control of him being the starter quarterback. Like I give him props for it. Like obviously he had to earn it because well, like Logan and Chubba, I think they're good.
Yeah, no. Again, through all of that, right? That they're in each sport, there are people who step up.
Oh, correct. Absolutely.
And so identifying who those people are, like that's a big deal, especially again, I would imagine that Casey's going, okay, if the MVP said I made a good play, I made a good play, right? You understand how difficult that is because it's never easy. Nothing at this level is easy.
Oh, especially being in the situation that he was in, like that easily could have turned the game around, but he took the opportunity and said, no, like I'm doing this. And so he did it. And I believe we got a touchdown soon after that, did we not?
How difficult is it as a student athlete to criticize a student athlete?
It's hard because I understand the work and dedication that you put in, and like I admire every single student athlete in their own way because swim and dive has their own struggles, and so does softball and baseball and wrestling and cross country, and so does rifle. Like we all have our own struggles that we face. However, we're able to persevere through them, which makes us better athletes. And I think we all kind of know that in the back of our heads. We're like, no, like I get it. You may feel that you think you did this certain way, but you have classes, you have workouts, like you're
You have a
doing
life.
all of this. Correct. You can be a 20-year-old and still have a nice time in college.
There's lots going on.
Being
There's lots
21 here has been great.
look at it, right. Okay, your parents are listening, so you got to be careful what you tell them.
Sorry, Mom.
Let's go back to the phone. Give me another moment that jumped out to you.
Actually, there was only one penalty for the Huskers the whole game. That was very impressive, I
Yeah,
felt.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
That's cool that you pointed that out.
1 for 5. Look
Yeah.
at her go.
I
Look at
mean,
her go.
sorry, Ty, but it's okay. We make mistakes, human error. I get it. Like we do it all the time. You
Like,
know?
do we miss? Like, are we bearing the lead in that it's impossible to do anything at this level perfectly?
Oh, like you have to make mistakes, but that's a part of your learning experience. And you know what? I hope Ty goes to the NFL one day. I really do. And you know what? He's probably going to do it there too. So you know what? He can look back on this and say, yeah, I did it at a game in Ireland, no biggie, but I did it here. No judgment.
What is your take? I mean, when you find out the football team is going to play a game in Ireland,
I'm jealous.
Right? Like, right? Like, what would be ideal? So, is there a place that you want to bowl that you can dream up and go, you know what, I want to bowl there?
Actually, Team USA just came back from a tournament in Brazil.
See?
And I mean, I would love to travel for Team USA out of country just because that's an opportunity in itself. But I think it would just be really cool to bowl in Brazil. Like that's such a different atmosphere. And the pictures that everyone posts in Brazil, I'm like, I'm so jealous.
Well, I got a feeling you're going to travel a little bit with this thing. I just do. Couple of things before we go to break. One, do you pay attention to your national ranking?
Not in the beginning of the year, not until maybe the last 2 tournaments do I actually pay attention because just because I know I'm like, all right, like here's your time to step up. Like, and I think everyone does that too, but I know there are people that I have encountered that are like, yeah, ever since day 1 of our season, do I like pay attention? And I'm like, it's day 1. Our season goes from October 1st until second week of April. Really?
Yeah, it's a lot, right? It's
It
a lot.
is.
All right. Well, look, this is why I'm dragging her into this space, because I think she belongs in this space, and I think she has insight and ability to share what the life is like. We'll toward the break. More Crystal Elliott when we come back.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln, and has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes, that's why our customers keep coming back.
How do you do it, friendly car dealer ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Seasons change, but your land stays the same. You need the right solutions to keep you moving. That's why you rely on Acres Equipment, your Nebraska-owned premier John Deere dealership. Whether you're harvesting, protecting your crops, feeding the herd, maintaining your lawn, improving your business, or letting off some steam, Acres has what you need to get the job done. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Bauer Infrastructure is a new name from a well-established brand, and they're paving the way to progress. And they're hiring. Bauer Infrastructure is hiring truck drivers, carpenters, truck mechanics, and equipment operators. And they have industry-leading benefits, time off, and paid holidays, a matching 401k plan, medical, dental, vision, life, and disability insurance, a clothing allowance, and more. Start your new career today by applying at BauerInfrastructure.com.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer 2 of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A few scattered thunderstorms this morning, then becoming partly sunny this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 86. North-northeast winds at around 15. Mainly clear tonight with a low dropping to 58. Mostly sunny tomorrow and running still a little warm for this time of year with a high of 87. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment of One-on-One. We got a full night for you here on 93.7 The Ticket. Don't go anywhere. Post up after this. Harrison Arns will do his thing for about an hour and let him he'll either keep me or he won't. He'll probably kick me out and let him just vent. Let him just
I'll
vent.
let you go home, DP.
Yeah, let him.
You've been here
well,
all day.
I can't go home because right after that we have the deep end, and then we've got Talking Tens with Kinsey Davis. So Reagan Hinsey and Madeline will be in, and then Kinsey's coming, and I believe Emma's coming with her as well. So it's a full night. It's a full night. But I want to thank Crystal Elliott once again for sharing herself with the fan base, because it's just going to help. And I'm telling you, her place in this space is finite. Like, she'll be able to do whatever she wants in this space because she'll be able to tell stories. She'll be able to share. She understands the student athlete experience. And then as a fan and somebody who loves the sports themselves, she has a keen eye to what she's seeing. And we just want to pick her brain a little bit. And that's what we'll do over the course of the next season. And we'll follow her through as the Huskers go back into their national championship, chase. We'll still have the folks from in the pocket. Amar and Gwen came by. They got food. They got food and bounced. So I was like, cool, do your thing. All is well. And again, listeners, you have the ability, if you want to help these folks out. I mean, I'm going to create a show for Crystal, but I also think Crystal writing about other sports would be a thing that would tie together nicely. She has no time, so her doing a weekly show would be a little difficult, but we're going to work on it. I'll take whatever. She'll be on our roster. Then when we need her and she has free time, we'll put that together. But you listeners can support that. You can support her. You can do for her and help her help this Husker program get its next national title. That's kind of how this thing happens. You mentioned Team USA. What are the parameters for that, and what would it take for you to be a part of it?
Well, this was my first year not making junior Team USA, but I mean, I also aged out. So this year, at the beginning of the year, there's always a tournament. It's called Team USA Trials, and it is for anyone that wants to make junior Team USA and adult Team USA, men and women's.
Okay.
And so for the past couple of years, I've been on junior Team USA.
How do you pay for that?
Oh, I don't pay. Oh, what you mean to get into the tournament? Yeah. I do it for myself. So it comes out of my pocket and I go and I work. So
we going to work on that.
Well, I mean,
we're going to work on that. Are you kidding me?
You pay for your entry fee. You pay for your flights.
What's it cost for that thing?
Entry fee alone is, I believe, $300 to $350.
Look at Team USA. Go Team USA. Make your money.
Yeah, and then flights because normally I go.
Where's the
Las Vegas.
Okay.
So from Florida to Las Vegas, it's a little bit of an expensive flight, but I mean, it's cheaper than the entry.
Go from Lincoln.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm going from Christmas, I'm in Florida, and then I can just fly to Vegas, and Orlando International flies everywhere.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. So when does this happen?
First week of January.
Okay, so
yeah,
and bowling gets a full break for Christmas, right?
Yes.
Holiday.
So we start October 1st, and I believe our last tournament this season for the fall semester is like second or third week in November. So right before Thanksgiving break would occur. Okay. And then we get that whole time to do schoolwork, go do finals and everything.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Right. And then you come back and then it runs January to April.
Oh, we literally, as soon as team trials was over, we're on to the next tournament. We have a tournament the next day after Team USA trials.
Where are you guys? Where are your matches this year? Where are you traveling to?
I believe our first one is in McKendree, which is in Illinois. I'm not sure the town. Sorry. And then we go to Texas, Houston, Texas, Kenosha, and Ohio.
So you guys are out there.
Yeah, so we're going everywhere.
And then how many matches total?
That just depends how the format is. So if a normal format would be that you would bowl like 5 Baker matches or 4 Baker matches the first day.
Okay.
And so it really just depends how many teams are there as well. So 4 or 5. Day 2, you bowl 5 games. There's a possibility that you can bowl one more traditional game, and then you go back into the Baker format.
And then how many matches is McKendree on the schedule, and how hard did you circle it?
I like McKendree's tournament just because they don't put out an easy condition. They definitely challenge us, which I expect them to with Coach Brian and Coach Shannon. They definitely are wanting to push us to be better for ourselves and as athletes. And so I don't really circle it. I'm just like, okay, like this is how I'm going to get my feet wet. And for the beginning of the season, like you might as well go hard.
Biggest opponent? Anybody else or yourselves?
Biggest opponent? I would say McKendree, even though like we love them. Like that's like our best friend.
Well, you
team.
see them all the time.
Oh yeah. And I mean Coach Klempa and Coach Brian bowled for Nebraska
Right.
here. So like they're buddy. So like that's our best friend team. Like when I go out to Vegas, my roommates are normally McKendree girls. And so it just works better that way. But I like bowling them, and I think that they're our biggest rival because they give us a lot of competition. They push us back when we push them. And so if we're talking about, I guess, teams that we're not best friends with, I would say Vandy, just because they also give the push.
Yeah.
And when we push, they push back. And like we try and do it harder, and they're like, no. Like we're gonna come back a little harder. And so like it's always a back and forth thing.
We got to do this again. We'll go up and down the roster. We'll let you talk about your teammates. Like we'll find out all the things that we need to know, and for folks to get excited about, because bowling season is not that far away. That's Crystal Elliott, Huskers bowling national champion and MVP. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for what you do. Don't go anywhere. Harrison Arns will take you through until 8 o'clock here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.